Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Humble Bundle Review and Giveaway Series for July of 2016. Now before you go saying, hey, isn't it almost July of 2017? Don't. Now we've got quite a bit to go through, but before we get started, I'd like to take a moment to mention the charity of the month, which is the Able Gamers Charity. They're a non-profit that tries to improve the quality of life for people with disabilities, and do so by breaking down barriers of social isolation. They offer gaming setups custom-tuned to the needs of disabled individuals so that they can enjoy sharing the experience of gaming with friends and family. It's pretty amazing what they've been able to accomplish, even offering controllers that let people play with their eyes. If you'd like to consider helping, links will be available in the description below. Now that that's out of the way, let's see how much our hard-earned $12 actually got us, shall we? The 6 core titles we received for July of 2016 are as follows. Yet another sandbox survival game that plays like a survival sandbox game, Hurtworld. The avant-garde point-and-click adventure game that instills vague familiarity, Kentucky Route Zero. The real-time strategy that tried too hard to be a stealth game, Satellite Reign. The programming simulation/puzzle game that nobody asked for, TIS 100. The surprisingly satisfying real-time strategy that lets you command the flow of battle, the Red Solstice. And the magical underworld party-based role-playing game, Avernum 2, Crystal Souls. Now when it comes to pricing, all the titles balance out to about $2. Rarely is that price ever beaten for one game alone, much less all 6, so you can be 100% certain that it's going to be the best value, supposing that you want all 6 titles. When it comes to their normal everyday prices, it runs up a total of $126.94, which means the bundle saved us $114.94, and that's well over a 90% discount. If you're interested in only buying TIS 100 though, you might be better off buying it solo. Personally, I felt the bundle was worth $85, so it was still a catch, but many of the experiences felt a little overpriced normally. Savings therefore feel closer to $73, but that's only important if you're pedantic. If you waited for all of the games to go on sale, they would have cost you $41.99, which isn't too bad, but not exactly $12. Still, you could have gotten 1 to 3 of them for a comparable price. For instance, if you only wanted Avernum, the Red Solstice, and TIS, you might have been okay. Or even just Kentucky Route Zero. Still, by buying the bundle, we managed to save $29.99, which doesn't sound like much, but that's a whole nother game if we want it. So while it's a good deal, it's not the most impressive net of savings we've seen. Let's see how the games themselves hold up. On average, gameplay scored a 7.25, which is about a B. Only 2 of the games scored higher than that, meaning that over half fall shy. And that makes it seem like the bundle might be closer to a B- or a C at times, which fits my slight confusion as to how they managed to pull this off as well as they did. A few games had very strong mechanics, but weren't particularly compelling experiences. Many of them, however, were flawed to some degree. Notably Kentucky Route Zero, which had fantastic storytelling but felt really sluggish and kind of slowed down the pacing of an otherwise great game. Overall though, the bundle felt a little stale in comparison to those in the past. It wasn't bad, I just didn't find much to be excited about. Value earned slightly higher at a 7.33, which is also a B, and this time only 3 fall below it. Avernum 2, Crystal Souls, and Kentucky Route Zero carried the bundle with their wonderful stories and otherworldly experiences. TIS 100 was a novel idea, but felt inaccessible to a good portion of the general audience, I feel. The Red Solstice felt a little similar to Satellite Reign, though not so much that it was disappointing. I just think it would have done better in another bundle. Unlike Hurtworld, which it seems like we've gotten over and over and over again. So in other words, there were a few new and interesting experiences mixed in with a couple that felt reused too soon or too frequently. With a composite score of 7.29, the bundle earns a B, albeit a low B, though there were points that it just feels like it should be even lower. That might be my own fault, and I think I need to start being less generous when it comes to my scoring. Not too much, but a C+ or at least a B- would have felt more appropriate. We'll see. There were a couple of interesting extras this month that may have improved my opinion of the bundle. Both of them were definitely positive additions. Copoka was a charmingly experimental game that explores the complexity of humankind from a bird's eye view. Then there was Darwin Castle's Cthulu Realms, which was a ridiculously fun tabletop game, but conveniently on Steam. I actually had more fun playing these than some of the actual games, so it just goes to show that sometimes the extras pull more weight than you would think. Now the game up for grabs this month is any game of your choosing from the Core 6 or Darwin Castle's Cthulu Realms if you're so inclined. All you have to do to enter is to read the rules in the description below and answer this question. If you were to subscribe to the Humble Monthly, what would be your motivation? I've already told you that mine is to experience a variety and try new things that I might not usually, but what about you? Is getting new experiences important to you, or would you rather have games that feel similar to games that you already know you like? I'm trying to tailor the series to suit the needs of the community instead of assuming that it's in line with my own philosophy, so it really helped me out. Thank you guys so much for watching. Remember that failure is not the worst case scenario, so go on with your bad selves, and I will see you in the next video. I'm thinking I'll try the most recent bundle this time and work on catching up in my free time, but who knows, the best laid plans, am I right? Take care, guys.